Yes.
We're going to riff on this one.
What do you mean riff?
Riff? Ad lib.
I'm the biggest here.
I'm the biggest here. No outtakes this week. We're recording. Welcome back to the Chemical Warfare Studios for another edition of Warfare Wednesdays. How are we doing, Kirk?
Very well, Chris, and how are you?
I'm alright, you've just been training?
Just done some chest.
Some chest, and we've been watching you training on YouTube with your new video.
Yeah,
with Luke Hume.
So week one has just been released and it's gone down quite well, hasn't it?
Well, I think so. You got some good feedback, I guess.
Well, it's been a while. To be fair, it was good seeing it again because it's we filmed that October-ish.
It was actually in September, and I sent you the video to preview it in October.
Yep.
So it has been a while.
Yeah, but no, it's good because when the gym's opening in 4 weeks, we can release episode 2, 3, and then we can carry it on properly.
Awesome.
So yeah.
But watching that, have you seen any progress in your own physique?
Yeah, totally.
Do you know what I mean? From September.
Yeah. Well, I think when we filmed that, I was probably 17 stone, maybe 17 and a half stone. I'm now currently sat at 19.7.
Packing the muscle.
So yeah, I put a lot of size on.
Wicked, man. Wicked. Well, credit to you. I've been watching you doing your eating and making sure you're getting all the right nutrients.
It's hard. I forgot how hard it was.
You've been told you can't eat beef.
Yeah, I had a lactose intolerance test,
right.
And
there's not lactose in beef.
Well, it's just an intolerance. No, sorry, not a lactose intolerance test. An intolerance test.
Okay, right.
And it came back that mangoes. No, it was mango, kiwi, and beef. It's random. So I don't even eat mangoes or kiwi or kiwis. Anyway.
Why did you have the test?
I kept getting a little bit of bloating.
Digestion.
Yeah. So, but I was eating quite a lot of beef meals. So like every day I'd have a beef meal, and. We didn't know what it was. I didn't even think too much about it. I just thought it's probably the right thing to do, seeing as I'm trying to get myself into proper shape, and that was good. So I've been not having beef now for 8 weeks.
Right.
I do feel massively different. I actually cheated one weekend 3 weeks ago with some really nice meatballs from the butchers.
That's a spicy meatball.
And straight away bloating, cramping. Yeah. So.
Well, enough about you.
Yeah.
It's not all about you,
Yep.
Kurt. We are here to discuss not only what Chemical Warfare is doing, but we're going to discuss some of the athletes and what they've been doing behind the scenes as well. So firstly, the brand, where we're up to. We've already mentioned about the Americans, the Australians, the Indians, all those types of things we've already mentioned, but in terms of product development and what your vision is going forward for the products, what plans have you made so far?
Well, we spoke last week a little bit about me reformulating some of the key products. And I've spent all Friday reworking the bomb. Reworking the formula of the bomb.
Okay.
I think I'm constantly looking at the way the market's moving, what our competitors are doing, looking at which new products are coming out. And I've put together now a formula that we'll be making some trials for in the next few weeks that I think is got to be one of the best. It can't not be with what products we're using, the quality of them, and the dosages as well. So with that, we're going to make a slight adjustment to the look of the bomb. So we're going to call this Mark 3.
Mark 3 bomb.
Yeah, the Mark 3 bomb, and it's going to be a little bit more aggressive.
Okay.
I just think we need to get a little bit more edgy with the look, a bit more,
blood and guts type.
A bit more blood and guts type. So we've been working with a new labelling company, and these labels should be really high end. We've been looking at different types of embossments, different types of texture to the labels. But I won't say too much more on that because I don't want to give it away. But we're hoping to get these out in the next 4 weeks as well.
So there's going to be a distinct difference between the previous bomb and the new bomb, with new ingredients, new feel, new look. Which is great to see. Across the range, how often would you look at a product and say need to reformulate it? Is it on a cycle of a few years, or is it just when things kind of change on the market? I
think when we started the brand out, a lot of the products on the brand are, I can't see many other products beating them. It's in like quality, ingredients used. There's certain ones, like the pre-workout market, it keeps moving very, very quickly.
It does evolve,
It evolves quickly, and I think where we want to be right now is at the pinnacle, at the very, very top of quality for the product. That's how we're going to grow the brand. The brand needs to be the best ingredients, the best labelling, packaging, you know, and I think that particular pre-workout and the pump, another one we can redo, they're the products that people look at. They're the ones that they look at straight away and they say, what's the pre-workout like? Now, we've been messing around with different flavours. I've got about 50 flavours in-house. We've been mixing stuff up, trialling new combinations that we've never done before. So we're looking to bring out some different types of taste, which I think is going to be an improvement on the last ones. Don't get me wrong, the current bomb's great, and a lot of people have vouched for that to take it. It's just, I want it to be the best.
Yeah.
I want the brand to be the best brand, you know, looks-wise, taste-wise, and panel-wise. So
the effectiveness is the key. That's the one that you want it to be, I suppose, isn't it? You want it to be the most effective product available, and throwing it out there into a diverse kind of market. You need to stand out in some way, and that's where the refinements, like the look and the feel and all the rest of it, comes into it. So,
well, a lot of the stuff as well, like when it's going into stores, let's say in America and stuff like that, or in any of the UK shops, it's got to stand out on the shelf.
Yeah.
People are going to want to pick it up and buy it from looking at it. So a lot of people won't fully understand the panels and the ingredients. A lot of people will, who follow us, but it's got to be catchy. And I think with this new label company we're working with, getting that quality finished product where someone picks it up and they think, wow, the texture's different, it looks appealing, it's got great reviews from the store owner or the gym owner. It's a whole package, and I think you've got to get each piece right to be super successful. And I think that's what a lot of brands struggle with at times, is that they get one or two out of them, but they don't get everything right, and they're unwilling to change. And I think you have to sometimes be willing to change things, instead of trying to just, you know, carry on with what you've got, which a lot of people will do. They won't see that there's room for improvement on anything.
I suppose it's important to have a quality product inside the tub, but at the same time, you could have the best quality product in a tub, have a crap label, it'll never sell, nobody will know about it, and nobody will pick it up off the shelf. You need that product to be grade A, and you need your labelling to be bang on as well.
If you've got a big following, like you're an influencer, that's got 100,000 followers, you could have a very poor tub.
Okay.
And people will buy. You have a very poor formula as well, and people will buy that product off the back of someone's name. So someone who's famous will say, "This is my new nootropic product. Take it. It's brilliant." People will buy it because they won't know the correct dosages for nootropics. They'll just see a label that's been underdosed by a manufacturer who's got in touch maybe with this influencer and said, "Me and you can make a lot of money together," and then all these people will buy it.
And that's how some supplements.
And that's fine. And that's fine, because not everyone's wanting the best product, you know. Whereas what we've tried to do with Chemical Warfare is make it the best products. So we're all about trying to make sure the customer who's buying it gets the best ingredients in their system to achieve whatever it is they're trying to do, whether it's gaming with our nootropic product that's going to come out in summer, or whether it's with the isolates or the high-end OP3 whey, which is a tribe protein blend. You know, it's all very, very high quality stuff. So that's what we're geared towards. Other companies, you know, they're not geared towards that. They're just geared towards providing the followers with a product. So
awesome. That's good.
Interesting.
Well, moving forward from the products and the product development, it's always good to see a brand move forward and not stagnate. So that's really good to see. But it's the same with the athletes as well that you're involved with. All your sponsored athletes, as well as your brand ambassadors. You've been keeping in touch with them more this week. You've been trying to communicate with them, because there's a buzz and an energy about the gyms being open in April and things like that. Are you seeing more and more on that behind the scenes still?
Yeah, I spoke to Paige today. She's in Dubai.
She's in Dubai?
She's been in Dubai for about 6 weeks. She's actually going to come on the show next week.
Oh, okay.
And she's going to talk about a lot of her girls she's training. I'm going to get some of them up and have a look at some of the up-and-coming girls in different classes. But yeah, she's super excited about the season starting. We spoke to a couple of other people. I spoke to Lucas at the weekend. who's in Slovakia. He's
a legend.
He's a legend. He's struggling a little bit actually. I think he misses the UK. But there's lots of difficulties at the moment with coming over and the cost of coming over, and so not everyone's at the same level, but I think people are definitely feeling positive. I mean, with the announcement of the shows, I just spoke to the Arnold team today. We've now got the new floor plan for the expo. The IFBB are doing a show at the Arnold, and there's also separate to that is the actual expo where we've got our stand. And I've been looking. There's a few good companies who've booked space. At the moment, I was surprised by how much availability there is of stands.
Okay.
It looks maybe that people are waiting for the businesses to start again because of COVID to put the money down.
It's not just a small outlay to get a stand.
No, it's not.
And to put all that effort in, when you don't know what's going to come around to with your business in the next month or two, it's quite difficult.
Yeah, I mean, for people who don't know, you're looking really at a minimum of 20 grand.
Yeah.
To do a show. It depends. We've got a double stand, so we've not been able to do FIBO this year. So our marketing money's a little bit better than it would have been if we'd done other shows, plus America. So we've got a decent sized space, but it is a big investment. But at the same time, and with a lot of the ambassadors in the WhatsApp group, we've been saying how excited we are because we're all going to be together at the stand. We can meet up, and we were speaking about this before, weren't we? The whole thing about chemical warfare is building this team spirit. It's building you're part of the team. We'll be filming it, won't you? Dave can come. As long as it breathes to every around all the girls.
He's done well today with his breathing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's great that you're engaging with your athletes, and we've got the Arnolds coming up and other shows. Who we're going to speak to this week on the screen?
Well, we've got a new.
Do you want to tell them now? Or do you want to tell them after you tell them? It's up to you.
No, we'll tell them after. We'll tell them after.
So
we'll speak to Drew first,
okay.
And then we'll announce our newest team athlete member.
Okay. We are back in the room here at Chemical Warfare with the one and only Mr. Drew Walker. Welcome, pal.
Thank you.
How you doing?
Good to be back again.
Yeah, take two this time. Take two. He's had to drive all the way to his gym just to get some good Wi-Fi on him. So how are you doing? Are you keeping well? Is everything good at home? And obviously the gym's going to be open in April. How's things looking there?
Yeah, perfect. Obviously it's a strange time having the gym closed, but in all honesty, for me personally, the government support for the gym and as well the member support has been really good. So it's been, there's pros and cons. Obviously, I would much rather people be here every day training, but at the same time, the business is safe. It's not going anywhere, so that's all right. I've had a lot of time at home with my daughter, which with her being 2 years old is lovely. It's something I don't normally get to do when the gym is open. So yeah, family's good, gym's good, training's good. How are you guys?
I'm all right.
Yeah.
Kirk's all right.
Yeah.
We're doing good. We're trying our best on these cameras to put the word out there about chemical warfare. And as Kirk mentioned to me earlier on, you were the first chemical warfare sponsored athlete. Is that right? That's right.
Yeah.
How did that come about, Kirk?
I was watching.
He's doing his cheek. Sorry, it's a habit, that, isn't it?
I was. Where show were we at now, Drew? I think it was was it the North East and then the Britain finals? Was it?
Yeah, it will be. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you covered a couple of NABA shows earlier on.
Yeah.
When you first picked up, and then I'd seen you guys, and then you did the NABA show that I chose to do.
Yeah.
And then it just meshed kind of coincidentally.
Yeah, I think I dropped you a message after he'd won. I actually remember the show. It was in the Northeast because you, your brother, and your dad all competed at the same show. So I remember you doing that show. And funnily enough, Chemical Warfare was in the background, wasn't it, as the main sponsor, which was kind of fitting when we got you on board.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you've done some bits and bobs with Kirk, didn't you? Go on like a long haul flight last year somewhere.
Yeah, we decided to trip out to America. There's a bodybuilding show out there. It's quite a big one. I don't know if anyone knows. It's the Arnold Classic.
That's the one.
And we got out there, got a little bit settled. Kurt came down from his hotel room and said, "I've got something to tell you." And I went, "It's cancelled." Anyway, yeah.
Yeah. From a bodybuilder's perspective, somebody who's competing at the moment kind of thing, what was that like for you, that moment? Because for me as a media guy, I was like, you've got the best of both worlds. You've got a show that isn't going to run, so you can do a load of media hype on that. But at the same time, you've got opportunities now that wouldn't have been there in the first instance. So it's kind of a win-win situation for me. Kirk lost out massively not having a trade stand there, but I think we managed to pull it back with the content that we put out. But from you as a fan of bodybuilding and as a bodybuilder yourself, what was that moment like when you found out no show?
If I were going to do like a brief synopsis of that week, I got flown to America and trained in a powerhouse gym all week with a bunch of pros. So, like, unfortunately for Kirk, it was probably a bit worse for him than it was for me. But for me, it were great. But it were, and as well, like, and it sounds dead cheesy, but a lot of it for me were like spending a week with you two. It were like it were just like a mate's holiday, weren't it? We were good, right? Good.
I think we formed some bonds that week. Yeah, we formed a little bond between us. We had a little WhatsApp group that it's gone quiet over recent months, but we had a little WhatsApp group going. And
I'm a cap, you idiot.
Yeah. But have you got some kind of plans laid out for the next kind of 12 months and a season ahead? Maybe have you made any definite decisions yet, or are you still debating what to do?
I mean, I've historically with my bodybuilding career, when I pick a time frame and plan and stick to that plan, I'm more successful. Which I suppose is common sense, really. The whole failing to plan is planning to fail type thought process. So when I did the Pro Universe in 2019, I said I would come back in 2 years and do the Pro Universe again. The goal is still to bring my best at the end of 2021, but I just think, I don't know whether it's a COVID-related thing or a lockdown-related thing, but I feel like things have shifted a little bit with organisations at the minute in the UK. So we'll see. I'll definitely be the best through walker I've ever been at the end of 2021, and where that lies is yet to be seen. So it will be somewhere. It will be good.
Wicked, man.
Absolutely.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, so we and Drew were talking the other day about a new series that we're going to be filming with yourself, Chris.
Okay.
Following Drew up to whichever show he decides to do. So that'll probably be like a 5-6 part series.
Okay.
I think we did it for a couple of years ago for the Universe.
Would that be carrying the full prep from like a 12-week prep, do you think? Or like every 2 weeks?
We could discuss the best way to do it for the viewers, really.
Yeah.
It's whatever we think. Maybe we could do it in segments, showing a bit of a final part of the off-season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, working every 2 or 3 weeks into getting ready for the stage.
So I'm going to be your personal videographer for the next 12 weeks when we set it up.
Well, fly on the wall, following me around.
Yeah. Fair enough, man. Well, look forward to seeing that. But before that happens, this weekend we are releasing Drew Walker's training video with yourself as part of our Making Muscle series, part 2.
Yes.
Training at BMO Gym, which is where you are right now. With all your membership prices on the back wall there, we can see that. Nice little promo there. But yeah, hey, Dorian Yates is there. Who else have we got?
Was that Jay Cutler?
Jay Cutler. Who else is that? Who's that? Who's
Flex Lewis, is it?
Flex?
Yeah, Flex Lewis, yeah.
Can't see that.
Yeah.
Black and Decker.
Me and you.
Me and you. We're up there. Got all kinds. You can come back into the shot now.
Building legend.
His camera's froze again. You're back on now. You're back on.
Yeah.
Well, Drew, it was nice to see you. Just for a little catch up. But no doubt we'll have a more in-depth chat next time, and hopefully you can come down to the studio and sit where I am, because I don't want to be here. I want to be over there.
I think that's definitely the plan. Yeah, obviously it's a strange time at the minute with guidelines and restrictions and stuff. But as soon as we get the go ahead, I'm definitely coming over to see you guys, and we'll either do a bit. I think it'd be good to do a bit of training there with the little setup that Kirk's got. But if we can find another gym, whatever suits. But yeah,
he's got a cardio machine in his office now. Have you seen that? It's got Netflix on it.
Yeah. Great. I'm watching Drew Walker as I'm doing my cardio.
Amazon Prime, baby. Right, Drew, it's been great chatting. Great seeing you. And when you do come down, I'll bring the burgers.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect. Thank you, guys.
All right, take it easy, man. See you soon.
Man. See you, Drew.
No problem.
Bye, mate.
Bye.
We are back in the room once again for another Warfare Wednesday interview. Kirk, who have we got with us today, mate?
We sure are. We've got the one, the only, the newest Chemical Warfare IFBB Pro athlete, Kate Errington.
Kate Errington in the house.
Yes. Welcome to the team, Kate.
How are you?
Thank you very much.
So it's great to have you on board. Sorry about that, Chris. I'm putting in, and we've been very excited to announce Kate for the last couple of weeks. But
we've had a picture on Instagram.
Yeah.
Some people have guessed it, some people haven't.
That's right.
It's a beautiful picture, by the way.
Yeah.
Looking great, and it's really I think it's been the most interaction we've had on a post for quite some time.
Yeah, I think Kate's very well known in the UK, and I know she's got a lot of clients as well who have commented and got it right straight away on guessed the silhouette. So it's really good to have her on board. It's a good statement from Chemical Warfare, and I'm looking forward to following Kate's progress this year.
So tell me, how did you guys meet up? How did this whole kind of happen? The sponsorship, the involvement with the brand, who approached who, and all that type of stuff. I want to know the nitty gritty.
Go on, Kate. I'll let you speak on that.
Well, I'd come to the end of a contract with my previous sponsor, and there are a few things that I wanted to do differently moving forwards. I knew a lot about Chemical Warfare because, like Kirk said, I've got quite a lot of clients who are ambassadors, use the products themselves, and have always sort of told me how much they love the products, the range, the taste, the quality, everything about it. And I just want to sort of work with a company that's really growing, really expanding. Obviously, you're not just in the UK, you have stuff going on elsewhere, which is more suited to me. Just reached out, sort of said to Kirk what I was expecting, what he would expect from me, whether he thought we would be a good fit, because I definitely did. And just kind of went from there, really.
Magic. So from that correspondence, you had a discussion, I guess, and hey presto, you are here now as an official Chemical Warfare athlete. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Part of the team.
That's it.
Just give those viewers back home a little bit of a kind of a background to your journey as an athlete. Where did you start? How did you get involved in competing? And what your kind of drive and focus is moving forward.
Okay, so I started back in 2014. I was actually, I'm a performer as well, professional dancer and stuff like that. And I was performing at a bodybuilding show, and I was watching it with my friend, and I looked at the bikini girls and thought, I reckon I could do that. So I set myself a goal as a New Year's resolution to compete the following year. So in 2014, I kind of just winged it. I didn't even weigh myself, and prepped for like 10 weeks, and I ended up winning the show, and then kind of got addicted from there. Did UK Nationals 2 weeks later, came second at that, and then qualified for the British finals. So then ever since, I did bikini internationally, and then my feedback was always that I was quite muscular, my legs were getting quite big, so I discovered the fitness category, which is the one I do now, where they do a physique round, which is more muscular, like figure, and they do a routine round. See, with my dance background, that was perfect for me. So I did a few shows, international shows, like the Amateur Arnold in Europe, British finals, and then I eventually did the Arnold America and won that. So I won my pro cards, and part of your prize is that you get to compete the following year at the Arnold as a pro, which was terrifying, but so. And I ended up coming second in my pro debut, and the person who won was my coach. So it was an amazing experience. And then 2 weeks later, I did the Arnold Australia and won that, which qualified me for the Olympia in 2018. So I had a really good start.
Yeah, I bet. And obviously with your dance background and the routines, I mean, we watched the Olympia this year, and the category was on fire. You know, it was just an amazing experience to watch something like that. First time I've watched, I'll be honest. Yeah, first time I've watched, but it was great to see. How do you think the category is going to develop? Do you think there's going to be any minor changes within the category over the next few years? Are you going to bring something new next time you step on stage when you compete again?
Yeah, so my goal is always to sort of represent the slightly smaller woman, because we're such a range of body shapes and sizes in fitness. It's quite extreme because everyone comes from different backgrounds, like cheerleading, gymnastics, dance, athletics. It's a real combination, and it's good that the physique round is only 1/3 of the score and the routine is 2/3. So even if your physique is slightly smaller, if you're slightly newer to the division, you've still got a really good chance of placing well if you bring an amazing routine. So my goal is always to come really conditioned. I know I'm never going to be the biggest girl on stage, and I'm okay with that. But I just bring that shape, symmetry, proportion, condition, and then absolutely smash it with my routine. And I always try and play to my strengths, which are my performance and my dance ability. Whereas obviously some of the other girls are more gymnastic backgrounds, so you see them doing a lot more flips. So it's a real range of athletes, and everyone is amazing in their own right. I don't even know how they judge it, because I just think everyone's so skilled that it can literally depend on the judges, if they prefer more of a performance routine, or if there's a gymnastic judge, they might prefer more gymnastic routine. So my goal is just to literally bring my personal best every time. That's all you can do, really. I'll keep just trying to grow, fill out. But like I said, I'm quite happy being a more petite athlete. And I think it's nice because a lot of the amateurs look up to me because they're maybe slightly smaller, slightly younger, and it gives them hope that they can still compete in the division and be competitive, because I always remind them the routine is 2/3 of the score. So you could, place lower in your physique and then pull it back with an amazing routine. So my goal is to always bring energy to the stage, entertainment to my routines, try and bring something a little bit different, a little bit sassy. I love staying super feminine in my routines as well. So yeah, it's just just keep doing my thing. And like I said, in 2018, they really liked it. I scored well in both my physique and my routine. So yeah, just keep going with that. Obviously, the last year, the current champion, she's a lot bigger, more muscular, which might scare some of the newer athletes, but it goes round in circles. It's the same with bikini. Sometimes they start to get a little bit more muscular, and then they rein it back in and bring it back down. So yeah, you can't get too hung up on what other people are doing. You're best off just focusing on what you can do. So yeah.
So you're currently over in Arizona, aren't you? Training, kind of a training camp out there, I suppose. You could say with the gyms being closed over here, you thought it was best to relocate yourself. How's that going over there?
Yeah, it's amazing. I feel so fortunate that I was able to come over here. I obviously had to be out of the UK for 2 weeks, so I popped over to Dubai first, which also is pretty open, so I could train in the gyms there, which was amazing. But yeah, I needed to be training, working on my new routine for this year. So it was the best idea to come over to Arizona, because obviously this is where my coaches are. Whitney Jones and Damien both coach me, and they own a gym here. So I've been training there, staying here, eating my meals, just head down, working hard. And yeah, like I said, I feel so fortunate that I was able to get here and continue with my training and my focus for 2021, because I think if I was still in the UK, I mean, it would be doable, but it would be a lot harder.
Okay, what's the weather like in Arizona?
Hot.
Oh my God, it's so hot. It is beautiful.
So how are you finding, obviously these your posing routine practice must take a lot of exertion out. What's it like with the temperatures then and everything? I bet you feeling it over there, or?
Yeah, it is. It's quite tough. I mean, I've been doing a few hikes because that's one of the things to do in Arizona. And I go with the girls and they're just like powering up. And I'm there like, because I'm not used to this heat. Oh, I'm not used to hiking these mountains either. But yeah, it is very different with the heat. Same with the routines. Yeah, we just have to make sure we're staying hydrated, taking plenty of rest in between. But I'm used to doing a lot of HIIT training, so high intensity training anyway. So it just means I'm sweating more, which I don't mind. It means I'm working hard, right?
Yeah. So what's the plans then for the rest of the year? Have you got any shows on the cards that you're looking to do?
Yeah, so the next show I think for fitness is the Puerto Rico show, which is in the Bahamas this year. So I'm not sure. Again, it all depends on flying, travel restrictions, things like that. Because obviously I'll have to come back to the UK probably by end of April, beginning of May. Mm-hmm. And that show is in June. So I've got my eye on perhaps doing the Bahamas show, but then there's also a show in Portugal 3 weeks after, so beginning of July. So either one of those, maybe both of those. Ideally, I want to win a show this year to qualify for the Olympia. So there's also, I'm sure there's a few more shows, but they're the two I'm looking at the moment, which are end of June, beginning of July. And then obviously they announced the Arnold UK. So just waiting on what pro divisions they're going to have there, hopefully fitness. But obviously that would be a qualifier for next year's Olympia. Yeah. And obviously Arnold UK is like a week before the 21 Olympia. But if I could do it, I still would do that. So yeah, that's the goal, is to try and qualify as soon as possible for the Olympia, and then see what other shows are happening. Like if the Arnold USA is still going on, I'd obviously want to do that again, because I've done that every year since 2017.
Yeah, I think that's a great kind of summary of where you are as an athlete, where you've come from. No doubt there'll be more to discuss over the next few months as we keep tabs on what it is you're doing. And when you do get over to the UK, hopefully we can get into a gym and do some filming and some training with you. It'd be great to see you in the flesh and to see what your package you're going to bring into 2021 this year. So really looking forward to it.
It'd be also as well be great to have you on our stand as well at the Arnold Classic. We're in the UK. It'd be great for everyone to come and meet you. And
you could teach Kirk how to do a backflip. Couldn't you?
All right, that's a deal.
Okay, this is a challenge.
Or the funky chicken, one or the other. I'd love to see
I'll put some ribbons on, like the tassels we were talking about earlier.
Can you promise me you'll teach you some dance moves? Promise me. She will.
Definitely.
We'd love to get that on camera.
Absolutely.
Listen, it's been fantastic meeting you for a start. Congratulations on the sponsorship with Chemical Warfare. Kirk will let you finish off.
Yeah, so on behalf of all the team, welcome aboard, and we look forward to progressing your journey and our journey together, and look forward to catching up with you soon.
Yes, thank you guys so much, and I'm so excited to be a part of the team. Can't wait. Thank you.
Nice one. Take care.
Nice one,
Bye
Kate.
Bye.
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 So that was the wonderful Kate Errington there, Kirk. Fantastic signing, pal.
It is, and we're absolutely over the moon to have her on board the team. She's won the Arnold. She's been on the Olympia stage. She's a coach to many of our ambassadors and lots of girls on the UK scene. So yeah, it's a really, really strong signing.
Very experienced athlete, great on camera, really keen to get involved with the brand and be part of it. Can't wait till she comes over in April and we can do some footage with her and some photography. So great to have you on board, and welcome. This weekend we do have another video for you coming out with this man here training with Drew Walker over at BMO Gym in Yorkshire. Training legs.
Yeah, it was a very difficult session.
A big leg session.
As you'll see. Yep. with a very severe ending
Yeah,
in the car park.
Yeah,
so.
it's quite good. So make sure you check that one out. That'll be going out over the weekend. Make sure you check your YouTube channel, Chemical Warfare Supplements. Subscribe and press the bell.
Absolutely.
The bell is important. Why is it important, Kurt?
Because you get notifications whenever we release a new video.
He's rehearsed that and he got it right first time. So well done.
Yeah.
If you do press that, the subscribe and the bell button, you will get a notification every time we send out a video. And we will be releasing ad hoc videos in between Warfare Wednesdays and the weekend regular training series with Kirk and some of his pro athletes. So make sure you check it out over on the YouTube channel, Chemical Warfare Supplements. Any final thoughts, Kirk?
Well, wishing all the viewers a great week, and I hope you all look forward to checking in and watching episode 4 with us next Wednesday, when we'll have some special guests and some big announcements.
Awesome, look forward to it. Thanks very much once again for having me down, and we will see you next week. Bye for now. That's a screenshot. That's a screenshot. We'll send it.
So in between that,
Kirk. What I'll do. You just cut to me. It's worth a watch. So make sure you check it out over on YouTube. Once again, we're going to do it again. Sorry. Do it again.
Just try and forget the cameras there.
You've had 3 consecutive bad weeks. Signing, well done, Kirk.
Yeah, no, we're actually over. He's done it to me now. He's done it to me. No.
Fucking raptor, innit?
Yeah.
It's a skill, that, you know. It takes a lot of practice.